Morning guys, I hope you're all well. We are now week 1 into the diet done. I firstly apologise that I am still in bed. I'm wearing the oldest Rick and Morty t-shirt in the world. There's 2 days a week where Faye's up before me and she will make me a coffee in bed. If I'm up before her, obviously I'll make her one. So I cherish these moments because I'm usually up before her because of my job. Today I'm not working in the hospital, so I can just focus on things like client check-ins, training, and I can just have a little bit more time in the morning to kind of get myself together and get into the day. I'm now 3 pounds down after the first week of my diet. I know some people get a massive flush when they start a diet. I don't. My body just tends to just gradually go into a diet. Sometimes in the second week I get a flush, so we'll see. But I'm not going to make any changes just yet. Today I'll take you through a full day of eating. I'm going to first have my hydration. I normally have 2 litres or 1.5 litres with 7 grams of Hydroflow. I've got the Hydroflow in last night. So it's just boiling all the water for now. I'll make up for that in a second. I've also got the coffee I've already mentioned before. Today is a push and arm day, so I'll try my best to record it. I'll have 1 meal before I train. I've got 10,000 steps a day at the moment. I've got cardio twice a week for 20 minutes, so still very low. I will do my best to keep them expenditure targets exactly as they are, and I will just make manipulations to food as I need to. The initial adjustment to food that I made was over 1,000 calories on both train day and non-train day, so a big reduction from the off-season. Usually I've got an exact meal plan for when I'm working or when I'm busy on the weekends, but on days like today, when I'm a bit more like laid back, I've got less to do, I'm a bit more lax with it, so a bit more if-it-fitsy macros. As long as I have 4 or 5 protein servings, plenty of fruit and veg, and I feel training, then I'm pretty happy. So I've come out to do my steps. Usually I do them with my coffee in the morning, like I said, and my hydration, but today I've got a bit of a lie in, so I'm doing my steps now. It's quite nice to do an outdoor walk as opposed to standing on the treadmill anyway. So I'll do like 4,000 now, and I'll go back for meal 1. I've actually made meal number 1, and it's a cream of rice meal. I've left it in the car for after this walk. I'm hoping it's okay, because obviously you don't want to leave rice too long on its own, but it's that cold that I feel it won't be at room temperature for long. I think it'll go from hot to cold quite quick. Well, if I get salmonella, then the rest of this video won't be recorded. I hope you can hear me actually, it's quite windy. I've got a microphone on, like my eyes are watering, it's that windy. I have got a new camera as well, so I do apologise if the exposure and that is all over the place in this video. It's a learning curve, I'll do my best, but I'm not trying to film a masterpiece, it's just a daily vlog, so I can't be filming it over the next week or so. It's a low client check-in day today. Yesterday is my biggest client check-ins, or the most client check-ins I have, so Saturday. And then Monday is, I have a few again, but then it's my meal prep day before my shifts. So today's my more chill day. I'll see family and friends if I can, although as you can see it's quite gloomy, so I don't know what I'll actually do today, we'll see. And then after meal 1 I'll go and see my mum. It's quite early still, so I don't know if she's awake. If she is, then great. But then either way, I'll be training about an hour and a half, 2 hours after meal 1. I like to fully digest my pre-workout meal. In the off season, it was literally like 2.5 hours before a leg day, just because I felt best, almost fasted. So I've come back to the car, and this is the cream of rice that I was talking about. It doesn't look the most appetizing, but it definitely does the job. The macros and that will be on the screen as always. I'm literally just trying to get a good amount of carbs, a decent protein serving, and a little bit of fat to slow down digestion before I go train. It's cream of rice, a banana, which is looking a bit old, a little bit of oats because I just prefer the texture, 10 grams of dark chocolate, which I melt in. I'm using one from Co-op actually, so those in the UK that are near a Co-op, try their 85% chocolate, it's amazing. Oh, and like I said, actually, the pre-workout, I've got it here now, so it's Nova Pump. I think it's Nova Pump. I'll put a overlay of it here. It's a very, very good pre-workout. It's the best I've ever used. This is their pump product, so it's not as good as the stimulant? Is that the word? The words just slipped my mind. It's not as good as their stimulant product. So anyway, it's a stimulant-free one. The reason being is I've got a Monster as well, one of the new ones that I want to try, because Faye bought it me. It's 150 caffeine, milligrams, not grams. And then the Nova Pump there, scoop and a half, because it's push, and it's a very, very good pre-workout. But their Stim pre-workout, I used it for legs last week, and it's better than anything I've ever tried. And there's no jitters either afterwards, so win-win. So anyway, I'll probably catch you guys in the gym. So guys, back from the gym, post-workout meal 2. It's quite late, it's just gone 2:30. When I went to go and see my mum after meal number 1, which to be fair was about 9:30, so that was quite late as well, she wanted to go for another walk. So I've ended up getting all my steps in for the day, which is really good. And obviously got my cardio in as well. So by the time I'm now back from the gym, it's just a little bit later than I'd like. But in a diet, I digest food quite a lot, well, quite fast anyway. So I tend to find I don't mind cramming meals together as much as in an off season, and they'll still be at least 2 hours apart. So yeah, we're fine there. This meal is the usual skier bowl, which you've all seen before. It's what I basically have post-workout every day that I'm not in the hospital, working in the hospital. It's just quick, easy, gets your dairy in, your calcium, gets loads of fruit in, so fruit and veg, it's definitely gonna get veg in, gets loads of fruit in. Obviously it's a lot smaller than it was in the off season, so I've not got honey in it anymore. I've still got a little bit of peanut butter, but not as much as I did or as much as I'd like, but still lots of fruit. So it'll consist of yogurt or skyr, raspberries, blueberries, apple, nut butter, oats, and a bit of sweetener, because otherwise it's really tart. But while I'm making it, I thought I'd speak to you all about the actual session itself. So you'll see the overlay of the session here. Firstly, I apologize because the actual downside of this camera is it only really records in like a wide angle lens. So like my legs in some of these gym shots look like super long, and they're long anyway, but I don't know, it looks really off. It's not really, in a gym, you don't really want a wide angle. You do for vlogging, like I am now, which is great, but you don't really in a gym. So I firstly apologize for the actual quality of the clips. But first exercise you can see here is literally a bicep curl. I do it seating. It's a push session, and I've got back and biceps tomorrow, but I do find a little bit of extra bicep volume today and a little bit of extra tricep volume tomorrow on the pull day. It doesn't impact recovery, and I still get more volume in across the week, and it's really high quality volume. So I start with a seated bicep curl dumbbell. The cat's going nuts. I start with a seated dumbbell curl. It feels really good. Every set to failure, and I do 3 sets here. This will likely go down to 2 sets if I need to, but at the moment I'm recovering well for 3, so I'm just gonna keep it as long as possible. That's another thing that people tend to do in a diet, is they'll reduce their volume a little bit too soon. But if you're performing well and you're recovering well, then just keep the volume exactly what you've been doing to grow. Sorry, trying to do 2 things at once is really not up my street. I'm not used to it. So next exercise is the actual first exercise of the push session. It's a chest fly. Again, to failure, 2 sets here. It's a prime one. The first set is resistance profile number 1, second set resistance profile number 5. I find that that's the best for me. A lot of people tend to prefer setting 5 and then maybe 3, which for most movements I do, but for a lot of chest movements I do prefer 1 and 5. I find that if I go straight into a resistance profile of 5, that I almost fail out of nowhere. I don't get any like partials, and I like to get 1 or 2 partials just to make sure that I've exhausted the actual full range of motion. So number 1, then number 5, and then I went straight onto a lateral raise. The lateral raise is again a prime one. This one I do go straight onto number 5. So resistance profile 5, I do 3 sets, so 5, 5, and 3. As the diet goes on, I tend to find that I struggle to get muscles short, so I might end up going to like 5, 3, 3 on the resistance profiles. I then go on to the main compound exercise of the day, which is a incline Smith Cybex press. This is one of the machines that on the B-roll footage here, you'll just see it looks absolutely horrendous with the wide angle lens. This is also the second set. The first set, I actually forgot to press record. I did that a lot today with this new camera. I just keep forgetting to press record. So this is a back off set. The first set was 42.5 aside for 5. Got 6 last week, so it is what it is. And then they've got this set as well, which was, well, it felt really good to be fair. And then I did a flat press, which you'll see here, resistance profile 1 and 5. Again, just felt best for the day. And then I do a prime dip machine, 2 sets, both resistance profile 3. Everything's to failure. If a chest movement needs to go in this diet, it'll probably be this prime dip or like a set of. And then I go on to my isolations. So I think I've recorded some of them. So I've got a tricep push down, which felt really, really good. 2 sets. I then did a side delt exercise, which is my second side delt exercise, which again, is a cuff. You can use a D handle, but I do find I just get better with the cuff. I fail more at the shoulder as opposed to the actual wrist. I get less forearm pain. So if you experience tendonitis, it might be worth just giving this a go. I'm not going through each exercise in a lot of detail. I think you all know how to train, and if you don't, then I can always do a separate video on actually how to do each exercise. I think there's a lot of notes that can be said about everything. So the most important things are make sure it's constant week to week, so you can track it and monitor it. Make sure it's stable before you execute the movement. Things that are more stable, you tend to be able to get a better stimulus with, and you tend to be able to hit failure safer as well. So make sure it's stable. The last exercise here is a katana extension, which I think I saw from Eugene Tayo, which is an absolutely amazing tricep finisher. And that's it, that's the whole session. It's taken me a long time to get used to this camera. It's a lot different to just using a phone. Quality is better, and I'm really enjoying it. I like learning something new, so this is quite exciting to do. So I was saying before that I'll potentially see friends and family today. I think now I see my mum, and I've come home, and it's quite gloomy, and it's 3 o'clock, and Faye's knackered from work as well. I think we've decided we're going to have like a lazy day, like a lazy afternoon. So Faye's having a bath while I'm eating this, and then I think we'll just either watch a movie. So any suggestions, let me know. Actually, no, you won't see this before I release it, so never mind. But any movie suggestions in general, let me know. We're still playing Valheim because we're super cool. We actually started a new world because we had nothing else to do, and we basically completed the other one, and we got a bit bored, so we've started it again. So that's probably going to be our afternoon. But obviously I'll show you the other meal. I have got 2 of the main meals and I don't know if I've got 3 of the main meals, but one's a protein shake, so I'll probably merge that with the other 2. One me and Faye will have together, and that'll be the next meal after this, so I'll show you that. And the last meal, which I haven't had for a while actually, I cut it out for the last few weeks, is my oatmeal, which you've all seen before, but just different quantities. This meal now is literally just, like I said, well, you see all the macros in that here. But I'm going to finish putting it all together. It's not the most exciting. If I show you here, it's literally, I'm dicing up the rest of the apple. There's the yogurt there. These are the raspberries that I use from Asda, just frozen, blueberries, sorry, and the raspberries as well. That's literally what I'll have with the food. 50 grams of each of the berries and the apple, which I put in is about 120 grams, but this is a tiny apple, so it's probably about 100, but sometimes they're bigger. So I just do whatever the average apple is. People get a bit too caught up in the details with like a banana or an apple. It's like, just go for a rough size and stick to it every time. As long as you're consistent, it doesn't really matter. As long as you're not like massively over. I'm not going to show you the final product because it's just going to be an absolute mush bowl. For the thumbnail, I'm going to show you like you'll see like what it looks like when it's actually nicely done and put together. So I'm going to put it together. I'm going to eat it. I'm going to enjoy it. And I'll catch you guys for the next meal. So guys, meal number 3. I still haven't showered, as you can see. Faye's been in the shower pretty much the whole time. She's just come out with a hair towel now. So meal 3 is actually a meal that we have together. We've got steak and potato. So I don't know if you can see that very well. I've got steak and like roast potato kind of things. And then Faye's got, well, I'll show you it quickly. I'm taking it off Faye's got mash instead. And then I've also got find it, like a protein shake there. So when I'm dieting, I make like a protein shake either into a creamy or a mug cake. I really wanted a creamy, but I've got to put it in the freezer. So I've got a mug cake instead. It's literally just whey, water, and a bit of bicarb or baking soda. Throw it in the microwave for like 2 minutes. And that's it. Oh, I'm also going to have, before I forget, barbecue sauce. So the actual amount will be right here. I'm guessing it'll be like 20 or 30 grams, just based on how much I usually have. So that whey shake, if it was like a longer day, I'd have that on its own. But like I said, I can cram it into similar meals. And then we've got one meal after this, or I've got one meal after this. But in between, this is when me and Faye kind of switch off. Most evenings we don't get together because I'm working late. So like evenings like today, we kind of like make up for it. So we've got a good, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to kind of chill. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. So since that last meal, we've literally just been playing Valheim. It was a very nice meal actually, wasn't it? It was, the potatoes I had were actually Asda's like buttery ones, buttery and herb baby potatoes. So it says only 1.6 grams of fat per half portion, so I don't really know if that's true. So I'll add a little bit of extra fat to compensate for that. But I put them in the air fryer instead of the microwave, and they came out better than my own like chips. So I very much recommend them. This last meal now, if I show you now, is my usual oats. So 80 grams of oats mixed with cream of rice, dark chocolate, peanut butter, and whey. The way I'm using it is Perform Chocolate Orange, of course. It's the best one to have when you have oats with cream of rice, or just oats in general. The dark chocolate is Co-op's, which I think now is probably my best. My favourite, besides Lindor, like 100% or 90%, but it's really good. Pink Lady Apple, of course, and I've got peanut butter today, not almond butter, because that's what I had available. That's it. That's the whole like day of eating. I put all the macros in that here. Like I said, normally it's quite a strict meal plan, and this is always my last meal. To be fair, my first meal is always my first meal as well. It's literally because I had an extra meal with Faye, and we don't always. So if it wasn't that, it would have been like eggs on sourdough toast. So it's very similar to what I normally have. And then obviously with Faye. So Faye, what is it you've got for your last meal? Faye's got her second bag of popcorn for today. Faye's living on microwave popcorn at the moment. So guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you as always for making it this far. I hope you can hear me over the treadmill. I will do more videos going forward now that I've got this new camera as well, which is just something exciting for me, so it's more motivating to do it as well. I think in the off season you get very caught up in the day-to-day things are the same. So when you're vlogging and showing people your life, and it's the same as it was in the last video, it's not the most motivating video to create. But then at the same time, I know from a viewer, or being a viewer, that I love watching people's day in their life videos, especially when it's the same hobby, so lifting weights, bodybuilding, that sort of thing. So maybe I need to swallow my pride a little bit and just accept that other people are allowed to, not swallow my pride, what's the best word? Get rid of the imposter syndrome a little bit and accept that other people are quite willing to and wanting to watch my videos as well. So, or my day in their life as well, I should say. So I will do more videos. I'll cover training more, especially now that I'm dieting as well, so it's a little more exciting. You know, things happen more frequently. I'm not making changes this week, so nothing's gonna be happening this week, but maybe by next week, in the next video, hopefully next week. It might be every 2 weeks for now, but we'll just see now that work's starting to settle down on that. But if there's anything in particular you guys want to see, let me know in the comments down below. I'm not doing a 10,000 calorie challenge anytime soon. People keep DMing me that on Instagram, especially during this diet. I might do after the diet. But yeah, anything in particular, let me know. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.